AGR News TV. This is your future community. We take you there.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Diaspora Connect. I'm Orinon Tiri, and this is AGR News. I want to introduce an organization for the diaspora, OVC. What is OVC? With us today is Dr. CHIURI, the CEO and the president of OVC. Maybe briefly you can introduce yourself before we introduce the OVC.
Thank you. My name is Robert CHIURI, and I'm CEO and president of One Voice Consortium, and that's what I do. But besides leading this organization, I also run an organization called Global Standards Resource Certification. Is an organization that provides certification and audit services to companies in the food industry.
Wow. I think then next time I want to talk about the organization, but today let me say, what is OVC? What does it stand for? And what is the aim of OVC?
Yeah, OVC is a diaspora organization, which is actually an umbrella organization of many other organizations in the diaspora. It was started about 5 years ago as an organization that is addressing issues that are common to member organizations here in the diaspora, especially problems that are socio-economic and even issues around political issues that are there of the day, especially issues that we have now come to call governance issues or issues around civic duties of our people. So this organization has over 100 other organizations that are in various sectors that try to aim at improving and enhancing the lifestyle of our people, and more so the welfare of East Africans and people of African descent here in the diaspora.
Last time I listened to the president of Kenya, the current president, and he was cracking a joke that there are so many organizations from the diaspora, and every time somebody goes to him, he says, you know, I'm a president of a certain organization. And I reside in the state of Texas, which is Kenya goes to Texas three-quarter times, and therefore Texas is bigger than Kenya. And we are talking about diaspora. And we are talking about America. Does your diaspora imply America only, or there are other continents, other states, other countries?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ontiri, for that question. Diaspora One Voice Consortium is actually global. We have members as far away as in Europe, UK and Europe, Asia, that is Far East and Middle East, and also the Australia, and also in Africa outside of Kenya, like in South Africa, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Rwanda. We have members all over. Even in some states in countries like in Cameroon, we are starting to get people who are interested with One Voice Consortium. So we've now come to be an organization that can represent virtually all the countries in the diaspora.
But when I hear you, basically, I hear Africa. Does it mean most of the member countries come from Africa?
Yes, it's mostly the African diaspora that is here in North America and in Europe, and also in those other continents I mentioned, because we've come here and found that we get challenges of various nature, and more so socio-economic challenges. And we want to try very much to see how we can pool our resources, our ideas together, so that we can be able to champion the welfare of our people. And that is why we feel doing that as one organization meets our needs much more.
What is the need, the current need that the OVC is trying to address?
Yeah, thank you for that question. The current need that we have is trying to pull our resources together, pull our ideas together, so that we can be able to address issues back home that are important. Mr. Ontiri, we in the diaspora are very well endowed with resources. But these resources are not going to make any meaningful sense to us if we are not impacting the people back home. So the need that we have established is we do things that are going to bring impact to our people back home through the county governments that are there. As I can say, for instance, right now we have many projects in many counties in Kenya. Projects in Nyeri County, we have projects in Nairobi County, we have projects even in Kisii County, we have projects even in Kilifi County, and all the and some of the counties in Kenya where we have education projects, we have agri-business projects, we have projects on finance and technology, and these are important for us.
I will talk more about that, but early on you talked about diaspora organizations, and you talked about OVC being an umbrella organization. So does that mean that the individual members cannot join the organization?
Thank you for that question, Mr. Ontiri. As I said earlier, One Voice Consortium is an umbrella organization. So meaning that to only join One Voice Consortium, you must be a member of another organization that is in the diaspora that is impacting the welfare of our people. So that organization actually is the one that joins us and not you just as an individual. For instance, we have organizations like the Grand Granite Circle. It's a circle. It has well over 300-400 members. So the leaders of that organization then can join and become part and parcel of One Voice Consortium. So whether it is the chairman, whether it is the treasurer, whether it's the secretary, or any other member of that organization can actually then become a leader within One Voice Consortium. And as of now, we have over 150,000 members who are members of these organizations that are over 100 within One Voice Consortium.
Wow. I want to confess that I'm a member of the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle.
Oh, good.
Being a member of one of the organizations, and you have talked about organizations joining the OVC One Diaspora, One Voice Consortium. Those that are not members, what are they likely to lose? Or what are the benefits of an organization joining the OVC?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ontiri, for that question. Of course, most of the time we ask our members not to ask so much about how they are going to benefit, but more so how they are going to impact others, and more so how they are going to do to uplift the welfare of others. And yes, it is good for people to know what are the benefits of coming together. We collect our ideas together, we refine them together, we see what we can be able to do. Because if you walk alone, you can walk fast. But if you want to walk very far, you join up with others so that you can be able to go far. And that has been always the spirit in One Voice Consortium, of people coming together so that we can do things in a much more better way. And more so when you're addressing bigger problems that you cannot be able to solve alone. That is what brings us together. So those people who want to work alone, that's their own prerogative. But we want to make sure that if we want to walk far, we bring you on board and we can be able to do that together. And within the organization, we do not interfere with what other organizations are doing. We do not interfere with their management. We don't interfere with their vision or even with their objectives. Ours is just to make sure that the issues that are common to us are addressed by that one organization that is us.
You know, you addressed most of the issues I wanted to ask about, to talk about this evening. And one of the questions was like, who is your target? And you already said that these diaspora organizations. And at the same time, I had another question that what is the current need that you wanted to address, but you already talked about it. Yeah. So, what was the idea behind OVC? How did it begin, and how did the idea come up?
Yeah, the idea came up well over 5 years ago. And I tell you, Jeremiah, this idea came because we noted that here in the diaspora, everybody is trying to solve problems by himself. Everybody is in their own cocoon. Everyone is in their own silo. And we thought that, hey, supposing we just became that one tent where everybody can bring themselves, they bring their organization, and we handle things that are collective together. Everybody can continue doing what they want to do. Everybody can continue to have their vision and mission. But within this organization, our mission is to embrace issues that are cross-cutting, issues that are common to you and common to me, but I cannot solve them as an individual organization. We saw that as a real need, and that is what has actually propelled us very, very far, Mr. Ontiri, because people are attracted to this idea of joining another organization that is going to steer them to higher heights, that is going to help them network, that is going to improve, our weaknesses to become strength, an organization that is pulling the resources together. That is what makes us strong. That is what we need to have. That is what OVC is about.
When talking about joining an organization, most organizations require background check. They also require maybe like the Grand Granite. I'm a member. The way we join is that is by referral only. I don't know whether these organizations are being referred. And at the same time, is there any requirement, registration fee, and such like?
Thank you for that question, Mr. Ontiri. To join One Voice Consortium, as I said earlier, you must have an organization that you are a member of. There is no membership fee. We do not have a membership fee, but what we subscribe to is that when you join us and we have any activity that we are doing, for instance, like now we have an expo that we will be doing in May, you'll be required to at least contribute towards hosting that particular expo. So ours is more when we need members to contribute to an activity, that is when we seek support. But to join One Voice Consortium, even if you are an organization, of course, there is an element of referral. There is an element of knowing somebody who is in One Voice Consortium and referring to you. But also, we go through what we call vetting. Simply, it is an opportunity to get to know you and you get to know us. It's not really vetting in the sense of strict sense of vetting, but it's more of opening yourself to us, and we open yourself to you, so that we can be able to exchange whether we really have a cohesive, unified, relationship, and we can be able to maintain that relationship. Of course, we have members that have not met to the criteria or to the vision of the organization, and some of them have not been allowed to join us because they have been found to be very divisive, and people who are not really cannot be able to work together with others. And some of them have actually even been kicked out because they have failed to meet the minimum requirements of what the organization is all about.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome back to AGR News. I'm Maureen Ontiri, and tonight we're still hosting OVC, One Voice Consortium. And up next is Professor Peter Ndiangwe. Professor Peter Ndiangwe, good evening. How are you today?
Good evening, Jeremiah. It's just so nice to have you here, my friend.
And by the way, where are you speaking from?
I'm speaking from Fort Myers, Florida. It is a very beautiful place in southwestern corner of Florida.
That's the Mombasa of America.
Yes, you're here. Yes.
Yeah, we're happy. So can you briefly introduce yourself to my viewers?
Yes, thank you, Jeremiah. My name is Peter Diangui. I come from in Madakwaini village in Nyeri, and that's where I was born and brought up. But I've been in the United States since 1997. I came via Atlanta when I was invited to teach in Atlanta International School, and I stayed there for 5 years. Then I was invited to Fort Myers to teach in a school called Canterbury, where I was the first black teacher, and I have been here since then.
What's your position in the OVC One Voice Consortium?
In OVC, I am the executive director, and I do what we may call the director of operations. I do check on operations, and just to support the president and any other member, the vice president Ogaki, and any other member, helping one another and trying to connect. That's my job.
What other social responsibilities does the OVC participate in? I mean, there are some activities that the OVC has participated in.
Right. That's a very good question, Jeremiah, because as you talk to the president, you realize we have a lot of projects. Let's start this way. All our members, everybody is doing something that is there to empower people. That's how you join OVC. So all those we can say are projects of OVC, but more important than when we come together, we come to learn about what each other is doing. And we can find there are some major projects, there are some simple projects. I'll give you two of them if you don't mind, just for an example. Recently, as many people realize, there is a problem of food. In some parts of Nyeri, there was real serious hunger the other day. So what we have done, for example, this is something we started in Madakwaini village. I like to say this. We started some program called Feeding the Village. When somebody is hungry, you can't tell them to do anything else. You can't teach them. So we partner with the shopkeeper, we partner with the school principal, we partner with one or two community members, and we identify kids who go to school hungry. And the headmaster goes to tell them, go and get some food from the shopkeeper. And they get some unga, some corn flour, some beans. They all know now, if some family is having an issue, an emergency comes, somebody is sick, there's nobody to get. So everybody goes to pick that food. There are many other projects, my brother. We learn from each other simple stuff. Americans like to go to Kenya. I hear they are going to Kisii. So I tell Lydian, even in Kenya, if they came to Madakwaini village or in Nyeri, they can also see this. So she connects them and tells them, also as you go to Kisii, pass by Madakwaini, and you tell them, can you build a classroom? They do it. They do it. Our job is to mobilize resources, whether it is member resources, whether it is Americans, or other people anywhere in the world. We try to do that because we learn so much from one another. We empower one another. There are many things we do together. There are many circles. We learn how to do it there. We can develop and encourage them to join you like that. We do not interfere with what people do. Like global organizations, there are some, let's say, organizations like, let's say, African Network of Cincinnati, or Africans, or African Network of Southwest Florida, in which I'm president, or from Nigeria, Ghana, whatever. There are also other organizations which are localized. In fact, I would like to tell you, a Baguzi group is a very powerful group there. And we have no problem, that's okay. It's even followed by another group like Kikuyus of the women specific. Then there is also even a group there in Ohio called Gikuyu Association. There is groups like Alliance Girls Alumni in California. They're centered there. We have all kinds of groups. It's just to empower. There are some groups with simple names. There are some groups like another one in UK. I cannot even pronounce it. It's called Bamehutubukogo. It's a strong group. And that's what the president is saying. Anybody can be a president of anything. There's nothing wrong with that. Of the Lord we do, my friend.
Thank you so much. One of the things that the people will want to hear is that another organization is doing something towards the society, like the diaspora. We know our remittances, and when I was going through your website, I saw so many things like the children's home. I saw something like the education sector. I saw something like the tech sector. So I see there's a lot that OVC is bullying together so that mwananchi can benefit from there. And I'm going to take a short break after this, and I will come back to Sister Lily, because I had you and Mr. Chairman talk about the Diaspora Expo. What is this Diaspora Expo, and what do you intend to achieve out of it? So this is Orion T, and this is AGR News, OVC in Diaspora Connect. Welcome back. The 2023 Diaspora Investor Expo takes place in Washington, D.C. from May 5th to May 7, 2023. Kuanzia May 5 to May 7, 2023 in Washington, D.C., sponsored by One Voice Consortium, OVC. The early bird tickets are on sale now at eventbrite.com/Diaspora Investor Expo 2023. For more information, click the link down here and stay tuned. We shall be letting you know more. But then, get your tickets now, because after this, they will be very expensive. One Voice Consortium welcomes you to Diaspora Investor Expo 2023 in Washington, D.C. from May 5th to May 7th, 2023. Stay tuned. Welcome back to AGR News, and this is Diaspora Connect. I'm Orion T. Tonight, we're hosting OVC, One Voice Consortium, an umbrella organization for the diaspora organizations. I want to introduce the marketing department, Sister Lily. Do we say marketing department? You know where I come from.
That works too, brother. That works. Yeah.
Yeah. Briefly introduce yourself to my viewers.
Thank you, Brother Ontiri. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching us from. Your meeting today, this night, Miss Lily Ongaki. Lily Ongaki is in the state of Colorado, in between the mountains there. That is where my voice is emanating from tonight. So Lily is coming from Africa, Kenya, and in specific Banana Land. I don't know if you had that vocabulary, but let me add a little flavor. It comes from Gusii community. And tonight here, you've already met my two bosses. Those are the engineers behind the OVC One Voice Consortium. Those are strong voices you had, strong minds. They may be softly spoken, but what they have put on the table is something strong, something unbreakable. It's a mountain higher than Mount Kenya. That is what we have back home. So let me refer to that. So Lily here is one of the founders of the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle, and my other day job is a healthcare administrator. So here tonight, I'm coming with the heart of the marketing expo for the One Voice Consortium that is going to be held May 5th, May 6th, and May the 7th. They're in DC.
It's a little take me slow. Too quick, too too fast for me. Before I come to that Diaspora Expo, I know. Thank you so much, and sorry for we call it a rude interruption. Sorry for that. But maybe I need to come for some lessons, because the way you do this marketing, I need some lessons. You're reading good. How do you reach these organizations?
These organizations, you know what they say in Swahili. Let me take you back to your motherland, my motherland too. Kizuri cha kitembeza, you know, something good You don't even need to advertise.
Yeah.
Yes, kinajiuza. You see, you even know Swahili more than I do. Yes, other than kizuri kujiuza, that is the One Voice Consortium. We reach out our organization through a member referral. That is, the member referral has to be an organization, as our president and Professor Ndiangui spoke earlier on. So that referral that is there, we reach them through the social media, like what we are doing right now. And there is also the phone calls we make, the emails that we send. We are there on all sort kind of network you can imagine. The expos, the marketing tools that we use to reach these audiences through all the possible means, legal means that we are able to reach them.
You know, with the advent of the internet and the social media,
yes,
this century, there is a lot. Have you ever received any backlash or negative comments online when you're trying to market the OVC or another organization?
Yes. And if you do not have anything negative, then just know something is not right. You cannot be loved 100%. At least there is that percentage which is going to keep you in check, because we know as human beings, we are not perfect. There's somewhere we may misspeak. There's somewhere we may not do it right, but doesn't mean that we are doing it illegal. So that backlash will be there. Something negative will be there. But overall, hey, it's so many good things that are happening. So many good information coming out about OVC. People are wondering, they have been wondering who these are, but now people are really running, coming to see who we are. One Voice Consortium.
Yeah, I went to another event and everybody was like, "Are you aware of the OVC? I hear there is something coming up. How can I be part of it?" So, what is this that the OVC is planning? I had the Diaspora Expo 2023. And before you answer that, has the OVC done another expo, or this will be the first one?
This is going to be our first one. And as the first one, we are trying to create an impact that is going to be forever be remembered. We want to create that difference, distinct difference that people can vouch for. When you talk about OVC, they will have something to remember. They will have something they can refer to. And just to answer your question, this is our first expo that we are going to host or conduct, and this is going to touch global stage.
Why will an organization or why will an individual attend the Diaspora Expo?
Value addition, opportunities. Come showcase your talent. Bring your talent here. If you do not have that talent, come get one. You don't have that idea, come get that idea. Coming here, you're meeting people from the intercontinental stage. Those are investors, and we have the manufacturers, distributors, business people, and all these are touching different sectors that the president and Professor Ndiangui talked about. The agriculture and food security, education, where Dr. Ndiangui excels most. He talked about kids coming from Kenya. That is an opportunity you do not want to miss, and you want to hear more about that. We have the technology initiatives. For instance, we have the WirePay that is dealing with most of the internet businesses, remittance. We have the circles. Those are the things that you come to meet and see happening during the expo. When you are coming to the expo, you are coming to communicate. You are coming to mingle with our community. Who is our community? The diaspora at large. People from Africa, people from Asia, people from Europe, people from all over the world. They will be coming because this is a stage that has opened up opportunities for everybody to participate.
You know, there are people organize some events in in some places that I don't want to talk about, but I've seen the event is going to take place in DC, and I'm also aware of the keynote speakers. When I look at your website, I see Governor Mutahi Kahiga, that from Nyeri County. I also am able to see Honorable Lazarus or Omayo. And Sister Lily, I remember you worked hard when they came to Dallas Fort Worth area. You were able to drive all the way to come and assist in doing something, giving back to the community for the diaspora. And I see the list is endless, and I know there is much. Today, I don't want to talk about the keynote speakers, but however, I want you to tell my viewer or listener when the event will be, and will it be a one-day event, and what are they looking up to?
Thank you again, Mr. Ontiri, Abagusi Global Radio. We appreciate you giving us this stage tonight to inform our members across the board when this event is going to be. And that is going to be May the 5th, May the 6th, and May 7th, 3 days. It's going to be in Washington, D.C., in the United States. And that will be in the Hilton Hotel. So you are welcome to go ahead, go to your search engine, get the One Voice Consortium. If you type all that, it will pop up. And once it pop up, see the wonders that are happening there. Go to the registration part of it. You will see where that form is. Register to be an expo exhibitor, or register to be a sponsor. We need your help for this one to be successful. Remember, we are a non-governmental organization. We do not draw any funds for ourselves. The individuals that you have seen here, these great minds that I've already spoken before I could, they're all working on a volunteer basis. That is a great sacrifice. That is a huge sacrifice. Please go ahead and register. Come and participate with us. Also, for those who want to attend, so for attending, you go through Eventbrite. If you haven't downloaded that, download, go to Eventbrite, and the early bird, you get the good prices. So hurry on. Let not Mr. Ontiri delay you. Just run. Keep running. You know, we don't have many days remaining. You don't want to come and you are seated at the back. Take the front stage and the front seat. Yes, Mr. Ontiri.
I'm a Bible student, and I know there are people, I don't want to quote Bibles because there are people I know, the OVC, and even our listeners from all over other religions. But I know there is a Bible story that some people were invited into an event in the they didn't want to don the you know what happened to them. So then get your tickets. Next time, I'm looking forward to talking more about the Diaspora Expo and what it entails for people to come there, if there are people who want to sponsor the event. And we want also to eat. And as much as we want to eat, at the same time, we want to enjoy ourselves, celebrate, mingle. I don't know if you're prepared for that, but next time, I think we need to talk per se about the expo. Is there anything that you forgot that I did speak about that you want my listeners and viewers to know?
Yes, Mr. Ontiri, you talked about eating. We are bringing you the African flavor through the Swahili Institute or the Cultural Institute. Come eat. The mahamuri will be there. Pilau will be there. Mbuzi choma will be there. Matumbo itakuwa imewashwa vizuri sana. Don't miss. And bring your nice attire from Africa or from somewhere here. And join our gala. Our gala will be there. Come and shine. Show the world the beauty from Africa. And when you come, just get to know you will not be disappointed. Those 3 days, trust me, you come and make sure you don't eat breakfast. There will be breakfast there. There will be lunch there. And maybe, hey, after dinner, I'll show you where to go so we can follow that Swahili hotel, the restaurant, tukule kabisa nyama choma mbuzi pale, yeah? I don't know how your appetite is, Man, I don't know. I want to start getting right now. Naelekea DC. Sijui wewe bana, mimi naelekea DC.
I see,
Mhm.
Sister Lily, is Colorado. You need to come back to Texas. I see.
I
You need
love
to
the
come back.
mountains for now, brother. I love the
Oh,
mountains.
okay. Maybe I don't know if you're going to get us some piece of land so that you can move aside for us, maybe a gated community, but that will be up to OVC if they want to acquire something for us to be there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is Sister Lily, the marketing department of the OVC. As we went up, I want to come back to Professor Ndiangui. Maybe if there is anything you forgot, you wanted my listeners and viewers to know, maybe Professor Ndiangui.
Thank you so much. I want to make it very clear here about OVC. We don't claim to be the leaders of the diaspora people. We are the leaders of our members. They come together. We allow people of all political affiliations, but let me put it this way. We allow the professors to people starting to go to school. We allow people who are CNAs and doctors. We allow lawyers. We allow everybody. There's room for everybody in OVC. What don't we allow? We don't allow people who disrespect one another. People who think that they are better than everybody else. People who think that whatever the criteria they use makes them special. A Christian, Muslim, whether you are young or old, whether you have ability or disability, it does not even matter where you come from. In fact, one of the major things we don't even allow anybody coming up. We allow cultural groups like the Bagusi group or the Kikuyu group or any other group. But that does not mean you are better off. In fact, we learn from those cultural groups a lot of things. We teach each other. It feels good to learn about other people. And that way we become one very hard to create a Kenya, and we're going to get it. The projects we are doing in Kenya, we are partnering with our people at home. It does not mean just because you flew, you're better than anybody else. We are all the same, my friend. There's something I know, there's something I don't know. There's something you know, there's something you don't know. And what I don't know, I can learn from you. And you can learn from me. So we are good together, and we really appreciate you doing this for us. We think this is a great forum. If they can hear me, just let them know we are together. In fact, my sister, we may not be blood sisters, but she's a member of the cabinet in Kisii. But she has always been there for me, and I've been there for her. Her name is Margaret Obaga. I give a shout to Margaret Obaga. And she's my sister. And she'll tell you that I'm her brother. So that's the way I want to end it up there. We are a team together, and we don't worry about what your background is. Just DC. Let's all get there together. It's going to be a very good time. Yes.
Thank you, Professor Ndiangui, for that wonderful pieces of advice and information. And when I was doing communication, I was told that you be very careful when you talk, and you are not the last one with the mic. And I think these members were very, very keen because they know there's somebody who's taking the last bite on the mic. Mr. Chairman, the President, the Voice Consortium, Dr. CHIURI. I was getting scared, kind of afraid when I saw Dr. CHIURI, Professor Ndiangui. I see a lot of learned friends here. And I was like, but Professor said that it's open for everybody, and I think that's a wonderful thing to note. Sister Lily talked about, and the officials have talked about great information. However, I have seen something about education. I've seen something about the technology. I've seen about so many things you are doing, especially in Kenya. I've seen NEMA, something like NEMA Children's Home, and there's a feeding program. There is so much I didn't know that obviously was doing, and I see there is a lot that is being done. What has been your greatest concern, or maybe another problem you have encountered as you began this program?
Thank you, Mr. Ontiri, even for this platform that you have given us to champion the things that we are doing. Some of the concerns that we've had here in the diaspora are issues around unity of our people, and also issues around skepticism of things that are happening back home. As you all know, people here in the diaspora sometimes have been taken advantage of by people who are in Kenya, especially those who come to try to present certain products or services that are not there. And some of them have been taken advantage of even by their own family members or relatives. That has been an ongoing concern for us. And that is why we are really appealing to Kenyans of goodwill to make sure that they do not hoodwink the people in the diaspora about some land that is somewhere, or some plots that are somewhere, or some businesses that are somewhere. We want them to come to us knowing that they are offering the diaspora real credible information, or real credible goods or services. Diaspora people have come now of age in terms of investing back home, and we want to invest in a good way. And so one of the things that we are asking for is for people who are coming to make sure that they are really having things that are real, and they continue to join with the people in the diaspora very well. And more so when these things are to impact and help people back home. We want to do that. Because as I said earlier, diaspora now is among the biggest remittances of money to our economy. We are remitting almost 400 billion Kenya shillings. You know, that is the statistics that we had for last year. And we are on course this year actually to do better than that, go beyond that number. And now what we are saying is that if we can be able to partner through the Diaspora Affairs Ministry, we can even be able to do much more things. We can be able to have more projects in Kenya that are being funded by the diaspora. We can be able to have a diaspora bank, a diaspora bond, diaspora investments, and these all are going to be in such a way that the diaspora now can be able to fund a road project somewhere, an irrigation project somewhere, a food security project somewhere, a hospital somewhere. Whatever that it is there, we can be able to build it. We can be able to construct it. And all these things are to help our people so that we can have very well equipped hospitals for our people. Instead of them going to India or going to Europe for medical services, we can have all those services in our country. And these are things that we are saying obviously can be able to help with others through whatever that is currently channeled. So I think we are moving there, and we are very, very grateful for our partnership with many organizations and even with the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs.
Wow, wow. Before I let you say your last word, what do you think is your greatest achievement, or what will be your greatest achievement as OVC?
I would say our greatest achievement as OVC is bringing these organizations together, because they are a wealth of expertise, they are a wealth of knowledge, and they are a wealth of resources. Our bringing our people together is our greatest achievement. And it will still continue to be our greatest achievement, because we know that wealth is in people. Wealth is in people. And bringing people together, you are connecting all this wealth of knowledge, of resources that they have. And One Voice Consortium is actually doing that in many ways, because as the Director of Operations told you, One Voice prides ourselves in our member organizations projects. What Grand SACCO is doing as a SACCO and their members investing back home, that shows our strength as OVC. What Southwest Florida Network is doing as far as bringing students, teachers from Kenya to come here and do master graduate courses, that is part of our OVC projects. So what we are saying is that each one of our member organization is doing something back home. And all these collectively are projects that we are doing. We have many, many, many projects. In fact, if we were to sit down here, Mr. Ontiri, I would narrate to you well over 50 different projects that we are doing. And all these projects have a very big collective impact in our country.
Wow.
I cannot thank our members more. Our members are our greatest resource and our greatest achievement. Yeah. And we'll continue welcoming more and more people to join us.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for taking your time to talk to us. I know we will be doing more of these, and personally, I'll go to one item by item because I've seen Wakanda villages. There is a lot of information on the OVC website. And how will one contact you people if we want to contact you? And at the same time, where will they find this information?
Yeah, this information is on our website. If you go to www.onevoiceconsortium.org and you go to the contact page, you can be able to get us there. Contacts for the office. There's a telephone. There are my telephone numbers there and my emails. And also you can text us and we can be able to give you our full leadership, our members. We have the Vice President, Dr. J. Kongaki, and also we have our Secretary, Nyambura Rohio, and then we have our Executive Director of Operations, Professor Diangoi, who was here. And of course, we have others in various levels. We have our governance directors, we have our finance directors, we have even our chairs, various chairs of various sectors, including education, including socioeconomic sectors, agriculture, and many others that are within One Voice Consortium. In fact, if you went to our website on who we are, you'll be able to see the list of all the various members of One Voice Consortium, member organization, and also the leadership of One Voice Consortium. So we are welcome people to come and join us as long as they have an organization and as long as they can be vetted and as long as their vision is to uplift the style of our people and welfare, they become members of us.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Dr. CHIURI, for that wonderful pieces of information. And it's my hope that you have gotten a glimpse of what OVC is and what they do in the diaspora. And till next time, I'm Orina Ontiri.
This is your future community. The first Kenyan hybrid station, bringing you closer to home. Welcome home.
The 2023 Diaspora Investor Expo takes place in Washington, D.C. from May 5th to May 7, 2023. Kuanzia May 5 to May 7, 2023 in Washington, D.C., sponsored by One Voice Consortium, OVC. The early bird tickets are on sale now at eventbrite.com/Diaspora Investor Expo 2023. For more information, click the link down here and stay tuned. We shall be letting you know more. But then, get your tickets now, because after this, they will be very expensive. One Voice Consortium welcomes you to Diaspora Investor Expo 2023 in Washington, D.C. from May 5th to May 7th, 2023. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Monibis Apartments. I'm Globa Choti Meshak. Monibis is located at Tasia Embakasi off 75 Road, where you're headed to Utawala. We have a 3-bedroom house that can host you for a day, a month, a week, and you will feel comfortable. It's easily accessible, and you're most welcome. You can reach us on 0729 816 420 or 0723 601721. You can always reach us on 0729 816 420 or 0723 601721. Welcome all.
Je, unahitaji kukarabati gari lako kwa njia yoyote ile? Usitie hofu. Dhibiti hali ya gari lako sasa. Ramizworks inakupa huduma bora zaidi. Hapa wanakupa huduma zote za gereji kwa magari ya kila aina.
Ramizworks tuna deal na panel beating, spray painting. Ukiwa na kazi yako, leta mali hapa, tunakufanyia kazi safi sana.
Ramizworks inapatikana mjini Kisii daraja 2 kwenye barabara kuu ya Kisii Kisumu. Imekabiliana na Delta Filling Station.
Tunashughulika na magari za accident. Gari imeharibika msuni inaletwa. Tunaomba watu wote walete magari zao hapa. Welcome Kisii.
Kwa maelezo zaidi kuhusu huduma zetu, piga simu nambari 0728888603 au 0790178686. Ramizworks, huduma bora kwa bei nafuu.
Ukienda to your Roku channel, TV yako ya Roku, let me start afresh so that you can see. Ukienda katika TV yako ya Roku, you press home. When you press home, unaenda hapo juu inaandika hard channel. Hapo featured hakuna, so because there is no featured, you have to go back to add a new channel. Unaona hapo search channels, alafu hapo when you are searching unaandika unatafuta G mahali iko ndio hiyo AGR, niandike R iko kado kabisa R, AGR. Hata kabla nitamatisha unaona imeleta hapo AGR News TV, unaweka hivyo. Then when you click AGR News TV, you add the channel. Once you add that channel, click add channel. Adding AGR News TV kama channel ndio hiyo. Unaona sasa it has been added, so you go to channel. Unapofungua AGR unaona inakuletea hivyo, and that's what you are able to see immediately. Unakifungua hivyo, you press there and then una click hapo play. When you play, that's what comes. Oh, unaona wimbo unaingia moja iko live Now you will be watching AGR live on your Roku channel. And what does that mean? You don't have to log out. You don't have to wait yeti sasa watu wako live ama namna gani. It will go live 24/7 and the channel doesn't go off. If we have an event in DFW and is gonna stream there, after that program immediately watangazaji wetu wako on the ground, they'll still bring that event live. You don't have to switch channel or change anything. That is how good it is. And by the way, it is ni channel ya Mwafrika ya kwanza kuingia huko, na kwa hivyo we have over 33 million users per day, over 33 million users per day in US households. Kwa hivyo hapo sijazungumzia Canada, sijazungumzia Mexico. One other thing ni kwamba wakati mwingine unajua unaulizwa wapi frequency, let me tell you what it covers. Nikichukua kama frequency hapa Arlington, inachukua Arlington pekee, na inapochukua Arlington pekee, that means mtu wako Minnesota aweze kunipata kule, mtu wako mwingine. Lakini sasa on Roku channel, everybody mwenye kuna TV, nimekuonyesha how you go through to add the Roku channel on your screen. That's how you add it, and from there you will be able to access our channel. Unaandika add channel, unatafuta huko, hakuna featured, you have to do featured kama unataka, lakini unaenda hapo, you search new channels, search, unaandika jina AGR. Ukiandika jina AGR News TV inakuja hapo. Lakini hata usipotamatisha, hata kabla hujamaliza, ukiandika AGR, unaona hapo on your right inakuwa ni AGR News TV, ndio hiyo, click there. Then when you click inakwambia add channel, click add channel. When you add channel, then you are adding AGR News TV as your channel. From there, what you're gonna do is just click OK and go to channel. When you go to that channel, immediately inafungua AGR News TV, AGR TV.
AGR News TV. This is your future community. We take you there.